there, and welcome back. As always, I'm Carl with Target's Attitude, absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. Pull up a chair, get out your pens and papers. Class is about to begin. First, a little bit of syllabus work, as always. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome. We do primarily knife reviews with occasional camping and survival gear here and there. I've done lights as well. If you are new to this channel and you like all that, and obviously you do or you wouldn't be watching this video, got just one question for you. Have you subscribed yet? No? Well, why not? Easy enough to do. Just hit that button right down there. You know, the one that says subscribe. Then you hit the bell next to it. Gets you notified every time I put up a video, which is about once a week. It's a win-win situation. Win for you because you get notified every time I do a new video. Win for me because, well, let's face it, the more subscribers I get, the easier it is for me to get these neat new knives and all the other things I review. So go ahead. You can do it anytime during the video. Plus, there's normally a button floating around here somewhere. Most of the time it's over here, but occasionally it's over there. I think once I even saw it up there. You never know. But it says subscribe, and if you go ahead and hit that during the video, that'll help get you subscribed too. In the meantime, though, on with class. Tonight, we're looking at a newer knife from Buck. This is the Compadre Camp Knife. Nice knife. Comes in a very nice leather sheath. Buck always does a really good job with their sheath. And their newer sheaths tend to have a plastic liner, which is actually great for the knife because it keeps moisture from building up next to the knife. One problem with leather is that it does grab onto moisture and hold it, and if it's not lined, then you've got moisture held right next to the blade. Tends to promote rust. But no problem with most Buck sheaths, at least the newer ones. The Compadre Camp Knife is a fairly nice sized knife. It's 9.5 inches overall, 4 3/4 inch blade. It's made of 5160 spring steel, which is a high carbon, high chromium steel, primarily developed originally for heavy springs such as in cars and trucks and industrial uses, but it makes an excellent blade because it takes a beating. It's got great strength, good edge retention, just generally all around very nice. It's got linen micarta handle scales on it, which are nice. Very nice torque style retention screws. Got a lanyard hole. Fits in the hand fairly nicely. It's got some nice jimping about where your thumb's going to go. I personally could have stood for the jimping to go a little further forward than it does, but it's still good positioning. It's got a little bit of guard there. Integral guard, you would say. It is, of course, a clip point. Just a little bit of recurve on the blade should help. Now, I gotta admit, I'm not 100% sure about the grip on this. There's no hot spots, no roughness. Everything's nice and smooth, even though it does look like there should be some hot spots. But it's a little blocky for my taste. I mean, yeah, it's rounded, but it's just, it's basically the same thickness at the bottom where your fingers go as it is at the back where your palm swell is. I'd have liked a little bit of taper towards the front. Would have made it index a little bit better. Would have made it fit a little better in my hands. There's no cuts on the side to help get your thumb locked in when you're using it this way, or even your middle finger if you're holding it this way for delicate work. I think Buck could have done a better job on that handle. But still, as I said, linen micarta, that's a good quality handle. It's not going to slip on you. It's got enough texturing to be secure in the hand. So, and if I decide to keep this, I can always make my own scales to fix what I consider the drawbacks. That wouldn't be that hard, not considering I've got my own wood shop. So let's see. Excuse me. Ideally, since it's a camp knife, I take it outside and test it. But yeah, it's, you can't hear in the back. Today's a day not even a duck would be outside if it had any choice in the matter. So we'll put it through our standard battery test, see how it does, and then I'll do a second video on down the road a bit, see how it does out there. As always, standard piece of paper. This is straight out of the box, no touch-up. Let's see how it does there. Yeah. That was sweet. Very nice. Piece of standard corrugated cardboard. See how it does on this. Yeah, it's a little bit, had to put a little bit of reinforcement in behind it to keep it from bending. But it punched through easily. Cut through easily. Let's see how it does this way. Yeah, other than the fact that the box has so many cuts in it that it can't stand up to the knife anymore. It's definitely, yeah, definitely can't complain about that. So, hang packaging test. Standard soda bottle. Let's see how it does with that. Straight on in. Thickness hung up a little bit on it, but I'm going to expect that out of any camp knife because, and let's face it, you've got a good, thick, heavy blade there. Let's see here. Do I have a tape measure here? I should. No. My son stole my tape measure. But, hey, it's about 1/5 of an inch thick. That's a nice heavy spine on that, so can't complain about that. Paracord. Of course, if you're going to use a camp knife, there's going to be times when you need to cut cordage to replace the ropes on your tent, or put up a hammock, or hang a booyah up in a tree to keep food away from bears and other wild animals. I just right through like butter. Not quite as nice, but get it over into the recurve section. It's right through. Tip is not quite as nice. Let's go down to a thin, small loop. Just barely get tipped through, and let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, that tip is just not going to do much. Not without doing a little bit of reworking, but no, that wouldn't be hard to do at all. First time I sharpen that, that's going take care of the tip, I think. Zip tie. Yeah, I know, normally used for things like tying wires and like, but it's also handy for tying items to pack frames, holding things together when you're doing some bushcraft, that sort of thing. Let's see how it does in cutting this. Man, that was right through. If I need to chop it short, let's see here. A little hard to do one-handed, but yeah, chopped it right off. So, let's put the wood down for just a second. Before we do that, let's see how it handles heavy cowhide. As you can see, good heavy leather. And okay. And it's cutting it nicely. A little slowly perhaps. Then again, it's not as thin as most good skinning knives are going to be. So yeah, slight hang up, but nothing to write home about at all. As far as problems, went right through. And it's going to work well for that. So let's get that wood back up. There's a piece of wood from my wood shop. And need to make a feather board to start your fire with. That's going to work nicely. Of course, this is not a folding knife, it's a camp knife, so it should be able to handle this just fine. Let's see how it does. Well, yeah, it's going to handle all your bushcraft needs without a problem. It didn't even make a mark on that coating. What is it coated with? I had it in my notes. What was it? Yeah, Cerakote. I didn't even make a mark on the Cerakoting. Yeah, that's just gorgeous. So let's get that paper back out here, shall we? So, if it took any damage from that, something's wrong. And it didn't, did it? Just straight on through. So there you have it. The Compadre Camp Knife from Buck. Sweet, sweet knife. Minimum advertised price of $99.99. But for a knife this well made, as I say, the only complaint I have about this knife, and it's really a minor one, is that I really wish they had made the front a little thinner than the back. I think it would have made it grip much more comfortable. But even having said that, that's looking for perfection in a world where perfect is the enemy of the good enough. For $100 to $120, I'm sure not going to complain at all. Matter of fact, I think I may just have to have one of these disappear in my personal collection. So, but I hope you enjoyed this video. As soon as the weather allows, I will be going out to the hunting camp and seeing how it does in the great outdoors. See if it does everything as well as I think it's going to, based on our test here. In the meantime, you take care. I wish you luck. I hope you stay dry, considering what, yeah, I imagine you can hear that even on the video. So, but you take care. I'll see you next week when class is in session again. Until then, remember, building may decide what you will do, what you can do. Motivation may decide what you will do. But it's attitude that decides how well you do it. So if you're going to do anything, no matter how minor, do it with attitude. See you now. Bye.